Everyone wants financial freedom, but most people chase it the wrong way. The truth is, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built in levels, and just like a pyramid, you can't skip steps today. We'll show you the wealth pyramid, the 3 stages you must climb if you want to reach true financial freedom. Welcome to Finance 8, your guide to smarter money moves. Think of it like a pyramid, survival at the bottom, stability in the middle, and wealth at the top. Each level has different priorities, challenges, and strategies. Let's break it down. Level 1, Survival Foundation. This is the foundation, and it's where most people are stuck. At this level, money isn't about growth, wealth, or investing. It's about breathing room. It's about making it through the month without collapsing under the weight of bills, debt, and constant stress. The priorities here are simple but powerful. Cover the basics. Your first job is survival: food, rent, electricity, water, transportation, internet. Nothing extra, no luxuries. If it keeps you alive and functional, it matters. If it does not, it waits. Stop the bleeding. Debt is like a hole in your bucket. No matter how much water you pour in, it drains out. If you're already drowning, the most important thing you can do is stop digging deeper. Cut up unnecessary credit cards, pause impulse spending, and learn to say no to things you can't afford right now. Build a tiny safety net. Even a few $100s can mean the difference between total collapse and surviving an emergency. That small cushion is your first taste of freedom. It tells your brain, I don't have to panic every second. That peace of mind matters more than the number itself. Track every dollar. When money is scarce, every dollar has to be told where to go. Guessing is dangerous. Write it down, use an app, or just keep a notebook. Awareness is power, and right now, awareness might be the only tool you have. Cut ruthlessly, earn creatively. Survival mode means stripping down to the essentials. Cancel subscriptions you don't need, cook at home, find cheaper alternatives. At the same time, look for small ways to earn more. Side gigs, selling unused items, freelancing. Tiny streams of income add up, and even an extra $50 can be life-changing at this level. Shift your mindset. Survival can feel like endless struggle, but it's also a forge. Every smart decision you make here builds resilience. Every dollar saved, every debt avoided, every meal cooked instead of bought. That's you building muscle for the next level. Examples: if your car breaks down and you don't even have $200 saved, one small emergency can send you deeper into debt. Imagine a young professional making $1,800 a month. Rent is $600, the car payment is $300, and they blow $400 on eating out. By the 20th, their account is empty. They don't have an income problem, they have a spending discipline problem. Or a single mom working 2 jobs just covering rent and groceries. Without an emergency fund, a single medical bill throws her entire month off track. So how do you escape survival? Start with an emergency fund goal. $1,000 first, then aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses. Audit your expenses ruthlessly. That $10 a day coffee habit, that's $300 a month. The same as a car insurance bill. Prioritize needs over wants until you build breathing room. It's not glamorous, but if you don't master this foundation, the higher levels of the pyramid will collapse. Level 2, Stability Middle Layer. Once you've built a little breathing room, you move into stability. This is the stage where you stop living paycheck to paycheck and finally get control of your money. You're no longer gasping for air. You're learning how to swim. Here's what stability looks like. Destroy high-interest debt. Credit cards, payday loans, personal loans with sky-high rates. These are wealth killers. They grow faster than almost any investment can beat them. If you're paying 20% on a credit card, it's like trying to climb a mountain while someone shovels rocks into your backpack. Attack these debts with focus and aggression. Every dollar you throw at them is an instant guaranteed return. Build systems that protect you from yourself. Stability is not just about discipline, it's about automation. Set up automatic bill payments so you never miss due dates. Use budget tracking tools so you always know where your money is going. Automate savings and investments so you don't have to rely on willpower. Systems make money management boring, and boring is good. Start investing small. You don't need thousands to begin. Even $50 to $100 a month into low-cost index funds or ETF puts you ahead of 90% of people. What matters is building the habit early. The habit is worth more than the dollar amount right now. You're teaching your future self that investing isn't optional, it's normal. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. In survival, you had a tiny cushion. In stability, you build a real safety net. This fund turns small crises into inconveniences instead of disasters. Car breaks down, job loss, medical bill. You handle it without panic, that's freedom. Learn to separate wants from needs. Stability is the training ground for discipline. You don't have to live like a monk forever, but here you practice saying, do I want this or do I need this? The more clearly you can answer that question, the faster you'll rise. Increase income strategically. Once the basics are secure, look beyond cutting expenses. Can you upgrade your skills, negotiate a raise? Start a side business at this stage. Extra income isn't just survival, it's fuel for acceleration. Protect what you're building. Start thinking about insurance, health coverage, and basic protections. Stability means you're no longer living day to day. So now you have something worth defending. Examples. A teacher making $2,500 a month with $6,000 in credit card debt. She uses the debt snowball method, pays it off in 18 months, and frees up $400 per month. That $400 now goes into S&P 500 index fund automatically. She's not rich yet, but she's stable. A freelancer who used to spend every dollar he made. Now he saves 20% of his income, builds a $10,000 emergency fund, and invests $5,000. One bad month no longer destroys him. He has stability. Remember, stability isn't glamorous, but it's powerful. Most people never get here because they never break free from survival mode. But if you do, you'll notice your stress fades. You sleep better, you don't panic when an unexpected bill shows up. You finally feel like you're in control, not at the mercy of life. This is the bridge between barely surviving and actually starting to build wealth. Finally, the top of the pyramid, wealth. Wealth is not about flashing status symbols or living in excess. True wealth is about freedom, the freedom to choose how you spend your time, who you work with, and what you dedicate your life to. It's about having money as a tool, not a master. Here's how people operate at this level. Money works harder than they do. The core of wealth is passive income. At this stage, investments, real estate, businesses, or royalties generate enough to cover your living expenses. Work becomes optional. You may still choose to work, but it's no longer about survival, it's about purpose. They focus on appreciating assets. Instead of chasing short-term wins, wealthy people build long-term value. They invest in stocks, real estate, businesses, intellectual property, things that grow over time. They are less concerned with immediate gratification and more focused on multiplying their capital over decades. They protect and grow wealth. Once you have wealth, the game changes from making it to preserving it. Tax planning, trusts, insurance, diversification, estate planning. These are shields around the fortune. The wealthy think generationally. They are not just asking, how do I stay rich? They are asking, how do I make sure my children's children benefit from this? They optimize for time, not just money. The wealthy know that money is infinite, but time isn't. They delegate, outsource, and design their lives around freedom. The ultimate luxury is not a sports car. It's waking up and choosing how you spend your day. They create impact. At this level, people often shift from chasing success to chasing significance. They start businesses that solve real problems, fund charities, or mentor others. Wealth allows them to stop asking, how do I survive, and start asking, how do I serve? They think in decades, not days. The wealthy operate with long horizons. They don't panic when the stock market dips this week. They are playing a 20, 30, or even 50-year game. This patience is part of what keeps them wealthy. They design for legacy. True wealth is not just measured in dollars, but in impact. What are you leaving behind? A business, a foundation, a body of work. Wealth gives you the power to shape the future far beyond your own lifetime. Examples: a couple who bought rental properties over 15 years. Their tenants now cover the mortgages, and they pocket $5,000 a month in cash flow. They could retire tomorrow if they wanted. A tech employee who invested $500 per month into index funds for 20 years. Thanks to compounding, they now have over $400,000. Their portfolio generates more income each year than their old raises ever gave them. An entrepreneur who built a business that runs without them. Profits go into real estate and dividend, paying stocks. Even if they never work again, their lifestyle is fully funded. Wealth is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of freedom. It's not about escaping responsibility, but about gaining the choice to live with purpose. At the top of the pyramid, money is no longer the problem. The question becomes, what will you do with your freedom? So here's the question, which level of the wealth pyramid are you on right now? Comment below, survival, stability, or wealth, and we will reply with one tip you can use to climb to the next level. If this helps you, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a roadmap to financial freedom.